Hi, in this video today, I'm going to talk about Inventory Logic, which is an AI-enabled inventory planning software for multi-channel consumer brands. One of the key agenda today is to talk about how utilizing us, you can make smart inventory placement decisions and also plan your network better. The central logic that we utilize is similar to how Amazon Prime does for its own network, optimizing for two important variables: click-to-door shipping timelines and your cost per order. The second thing that we do very good is we are like a co-pilot for you in your planning decisions. We discover SKU level insights on your reorder quantities that needs to be done in the next replenishment, where we make sure that you never get stocked out and you do not have any excess inventory sitting in the warehouse, where we make data driven recommendations on what should be the right discount, what are the cross sell and upsell opportunities to remove this excess inventory. So let's just dive right into it. The first part of the workflow is getting a view of your current inventory health across the channels where you are selling on. So in this chart that you can see your inventory risk profile, where the green part talks about your current healthy inventory sitting in the warehouse. So only 16% of the SKUs in this examples are kept at right quantity in the right location. The blue one is the overstocked SKU. So this is the excess inventory sitting in the warehouse, not moving that quickly. So you can see there is 268 days of serviceable days of inventory with a large 300,000 plus quantity selling only 1,000 per day, which needs to be worked upon. Then there are two parts. One is the in-stock risk. So these are the SKUs which are at the risk of getting stocked out in next 2 weeks, and the orange one which is at a speed risk. So this is relevant for a brand which is running multiple location fulfillment center, where an unoptimized placement of inventory is leading to national shipping getting done because it's locally stocked out. So a view of your health of inventory across these four buckets helps you make plan your decisions. Now I'll talk about the recommendations. The first being the recommendations on your stockouts. So here we have this section and we call that as a red list, where we focus on your stockout risk and speed risk SKUs. So our algorithms will determine that a particular SKU, where should it be, what is the quantity that it should be reordered and for which warehouse. Where when it is an in-stock risk, the recommendation is in terms of generating a new purchase order to your manufacturer or a vendor. And when it is a speed risk, we create a report on the load balancing that needs to be done. So in this case, the inventory is sitting in another warehouse where the quantity is not moving that much. So it needs to be load balanced. Those reports can be exported and can also be integrated as an API to some of your PO channels, to your ERPs and so, where all the configurations are set onto our panel. The second is the blue list, which is the overstock SKUs sitting in the warehouse, where we provide recommendations on the dead SKUs which are there, and also provide you recommendations on how can you dilute this. All these reports are also configurable as an emailer, where you get this weekly report and also recommendations on your reorder quantity. Any stockout alerts can be configured and it acts as a trigger on your email. While onto our panel, you can get all the business intelligence and the recommendations. On the network planner bit, we study the placement of your inventory in a particular geography. This map tile is customizable based on your geography. In this demo account, it is for a brand based in India. So it figures out the location of the warehouse through which the orders is getting distributed and the placement of orders, and it determines the cost per order and average shipping timeline. An algorithm is now going to work upon optimizing these two and provide a recommendation insight on what should be the right network design. So in this case, it is recommending addition of a warehouse in Hyderabad, which will reduce the delivery timelines by half a day, and also reduce the average shipping cost by, in this case, roughly 3 to 4 rupees per order. So this is the high-level view on SKU placement insight and network design. And for executive reporting, we have this BI home screen, where you can observe the two leading KPIs being percentage of your SKUs which are in stock and how many days of inventory which is sitting in the warehouse. Typically, it is challenged to balance both of these, which our algorithm helps you do very well. And in a scenario of a brand which is having multiple fulfillment centers, routing efficiency becomes a very important KPI, which talks about percentage of your orders which are getting served from the right warehouse. And the BI also gives you a view of the SQ level risk and a sales risk in the upcoming weeks. It provides you a view of SKUs which are already stock out or are at a risk, and top selling SKUs, what's the level of inventory sitting in the warehouse, and getting a view of your network design, what this network is leading in terms of cost and speed, and also provide you insights if there is an imbalance of inventory, which means that a higher inventory share in a location with not that contribution of sales. So, what should be the load balancing insight? So, overall, this tool helps you with executive reporting. It provides you recommendation for your supply chain managers or the planners or e-commerce managers who lead the procurement, who lead the inventory turnover and the optimization exercise in your company, and acts as like a good assistant with surfacing insights at an AI level for reorder quantity, excess inventory discounting, and so. If this is of interest to you, I'll be happy to get in touch. Thanks a lot.